Let's talk about the film adaptation of Uncharted. It kind of falls short of capturing the essence and excitement of the video game source material, and this basically just feels like the video game curse crossed with a tacky commercial venture. One of the primary issues of Uncharted, and by the way, this movie was so fucking boring, like just watching it is a chore. But one of the big problems is the approach of translating the game's intricate plots into a coherent narrative for the big screen. This could have worked. I feel so many video games have the potential to have great stories. I mean, look at Super Mario Brothers. That whole game is just jumping on question marks and like getting eggs and mushrooms, and they turned it into a story that made like $1 billion. And it was rushed, but it still worked. And I saw it multiple times. It worked. So there's that. But unfortunately, Uncharted was prioritizing extracting cool scenes rather than maintaining the depth and complexity of the game's storylines. It's directed by the filmmaker behind Venom, and the movie relies very heavily on green screens and studio settings. Ruben Fleischer, the director, I'm not going to shit on him for that. He said he wished he could have shot in more locations, like actual locations. But as a result of shooting inside, it results in a very visually lackluster and surprisingly cheap-looking production. The use of CG, while attempting to create stunts and sequences, ends up feeling artificial and detached from reality. This is particularly evident when the film scenes are clearly shot indoors, devoid of the authenticity and practicality that make action sequences truly exhilarating. The casting choices also contribute to the film's downfall. While Tom Holland may be a talented actor, his portrayal, I was going to say, he can do that thing he does, but his portrayal of the main character, Nathan Drake, just misses the mark. Drake is traditionally a seasoned and mature adventurer, contrasting with Holland's youthful appearance. I think the casting decision was just a commercial appeal rather than faithfulness to the character. Sony had him on contract, and this movie was going to come out a couple months after Spider-Man No Way Home, so they stuck with that. Even veteran actors like Antonio Banderas are left with lackluster roles, which offer little depth and opportunity for meaningful performances. Mark Wahlberg's character comes off as annoying rather than engaging and fails to provide the necessary charisma to captivate the audience. It's also funny, as some people pointed out, that this might not be the case, but the relationship is so... It's not predatory, but it's so different compared to the games in which, the age difference, like, they aged up, Drake is aged up in the game, basically, but here he's a kid, and Sully is like an old man who like recruits him out. I know Mark Wahlberg's not an old man, but it's just such a weird like pairing, and they don't have the chemistry, honestly. And moreover, Uncharted lacks a compelling story to anchor its action sequences. Films like Mission Impossible and John Wick succeed because they seamlessly integrate intense action with gripping narratives. However, this adaptation feels disjointed and detached from a cohesive and engaging plot. It feels like they had a couple of cool sets, like an old sailor ship being hoisted from the water, a car falling out of the back of a plane, and like that's what they kind of thought was gonna be cool. Car chases and boat stunts with a love interest, and they thought it must look cool. But in the end, that's like the only stuff that I feel like they were trying to show you, and even that is so boring and ugly. And on top of that, the personal anchor is so bad, like involving Nathan Drake trying to get back to his brother. It's so cliche. We've seen this in a million movies, and then it even ends with like a stupid setup to a sequel, like spoiler alert, he's actually alive. But it's whatever it is. It's Uncharted. It's a very, very bad video game movie. It's just a bad movie in general. So this is not what we deserve. We deserve better. So let me know what you guys think, and take it easy. Let me know if you want to see another Uncharted sequel. I doubt you do, though.